Welcome to another episode of Commercial Property Roadshow. You're here with Helen Tarrant. Today I'm going to cover with you an inspection that we've been doing. It's quite an interesting little inspection. I want to take you to this place because it's really an area that is changing. See, we've got Brisbane, we've got Ipswich, and then we've got some of the suburbs that's outside of Ipswich, but it's on its way to Toowoomba. So when we look at the way of trajectory in terms of growth, in terms of where the area is changing, developing, you can see that a lot of the house and land packages actually push out further that way. So now you might be thinking, if you're living in Sydney or Melbourne or even in Brisbane, who can't afford these places, right? They're not, they are expensive, but yeah, if you've got a good enough job, you can probably afford it. It's probably a stretch, but there are a lot of young families who can't afford it and they need to go out further. And this is where the house and land packages are. For properties under 500,000, you can still get good house and land packages. You can still have basically a family there on single wages, so very much different to, I guess, the city life. And one of the areas we're going to visit today is Laidley, and what Laidley is, it is actually a German occupation. So it's a quaint little town, and what's interesting is each year they have a Laidley fair, and everyone around comes in, and they have about, almost like, I think anywhere from like 8,000 to 10,000 people over a 3-day period where they come and celebrate the fair. And just throughout that week, it's really, really busy. It's also one of those areas that it's quite unique in its heritage. So around there, they've got like a prison in Gatton. They've got Plainfields on the other side, which had a lot of house and land packages that's been developed. And so all of that is pushing to the fact that, in fact, Laidley would develop out into an interesting little town that will create to become a little bit of a hub in itself, because it's got the character the other suburbs don't. So one of the things when you're looking at future and where things are going, you're looking at these towns that have characteristic but hasn't had the growth or hasn't grown. Something hasn't changed about it yet. So this is where it's important at that time to get a property that will have lower the rents. So you're probably potentially getting in at a lower yield, but the rents are lower. It gives you time to adjust. The tenants aren't sophisticated. The agents aren't sophisticated. So you are taking on not the perfect property, but the perfect property that you can change into over time as well. So I want to take you to this inspection. We're going to see 3 little shops, and one of the things I think that it's undervalued about it is that the fruit shop actually pays less and has the biggest area of the other ones. Of course, like as landlords and tenants, there's this sort of upside because you can later put the rent up, and you can then try to get your tenants to pay some of the outgoings. That it directly increases your return. So it's something that if you can increase returns while the market is compressing, you definitely have a gain happening as well. But also areas that are undervalued or you see is not so great at the moment, but if you know the history of where it's going, it is going to produce well in the next also 2 to 3 or 5 years or 10 years. Because when you're looking ahead, you're looking at, what you can do with a property in 3 years time, what you can do with 5 and then 7 and 10 years as well when you look for. So come with me to this inspection and let's see let's have a look and let's check it out.
You can see the building from across the street. It's a beautiful place.
Okay.
This is fashions, florist interior, and then the fruit and veg. Okay. This is just the roof.
Yeah.
It's in a good condition.
Yeah. So there's some crap on there.
What was that?
Just
No, there's a cracked bit of wood, but that's the awning, so let's not get too hung up on that.
Yeah.
okay. This is the fruit shop, the entrance. There's just a little crack in the one thing. The floor is tiles.
Yeah.
Are they tiles or lino?
Vinyl.
Lino, there you go.
Sorry. And the roof. Does the aircon work? The aircon, is it working? Is it a new aircon?
All right, we love a new aircon.
Beautiful.
There's the aircon at the back. Is that the roof leak?
Yeah. No.
Is that a roof leak?
The roof is actually new. That looks to be the result of some old water leaks there. So.
Yes. It's not currently leak.
No.
This is just the back.
All right. Is that a mirror, Marilyn? Does it work?
And this is the storeroom.
Mhm.
This is the storeroom.
Hey.
It used to be the food shop.
This is the cold room.
Mhm.
The sink.
Mhm.
Nice.
Marilyn?
Is
Sorry,
this,
George, say again.
is,
This is again vinyl seated.
this is also vinyl.
That had to meet health codes.
Mm.
This
Yes.
was
All right. All right.
on the other side. There's a fridge on the other side.
Let's go with
Okay.
this. Yeah, there's the, is it working?
Yes. And that's a cold. That's a freezer. This one's a cold room.
Oh, prison room.
And another sink.
Mhm.
So that used to be a restaurant at some stage. Is that correct?
Yes. A cafe.
Okay. Yeah.
Is this part of it?
Yes. There's a little
Okay.
part of it.
We're going out at the
The
back
back
now.
of the fridge.
It's just a
Don't trip.
little ramp.
All the compressors for the
The fridges and cold room.
Yeah. It's just a little canopy here.
Yeah.
And that
All
is the toilet.
Yeah.
That looks like quite nicely put
Are we
together.
going to the toilet because it's vacant now?
Yep.
Time. They didn't waste any space here.
Mm.
You got to go outside to change your mind.
If I show you from this side, you can see the height from the door frame.
Yeah,
And this is just spider webs. It's not great.
spider webs. Okay, yeah.
This is the cold room material for the back. So the three tenants share this whole area. That's nice and cool.
And undercover.
All undercover. All got lights.
The flooring, is that more
The flooring, this
Concrete.
is concrete tiles. And this is concrete.
Concrete.
This is just concrete.
Yeah. There's a grease trap for the takeaway food.
Sorry, say that again. That's the grease trap, was it?
Yes, that's a police department. It was a
That's right.
cafe, yeah.
Do you know how often they pump that out?
How often do they pump the grease pump?
They never do.
They never do because it is not a restaurant anymore. It is a fruit and veg.
Okay, beg your pardon.
What is this?
Yeah.
A what?
An aqua hut, like a cold room.
A cold room.
Yeah, storage.
Storage and cold room.
Oh,
Oh,
No, storage in the cold room material.
right.
In
Okay, so that's part of the property, or is
Yeah.
that a? Okay.
Yes, that is part of the property. That is the back of the property. There are a few parkings here at the back.
Yeah.
There's just a service line.
yes, it's called Pat's Lane. So this is the back of all the shops.
Mm.
There you enter from the street and then this is a service line. And this is the back of the shops.
Okay.
All right. Excellent.
This is the third one, yeah. The back of the third shop.
Okay.
Flower shop plus cafe. And the back door for the clothes shop.
The back door for the
Clothes.
the clothes shop. This is the back door for the clothes shop. And
And for
On the other side is another toilet, is it? On your right hand side.
yes, there's another toilet, yes.
Okay.
We can just enter. What is that?
sorry,
Yeah.
that's the power for the freezer.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
this
good.
is paper towels because there's a little,
Hand sanitizer.
there's a hand sanitizer.
You have to have a separate sink for catering for food.
Out to the street and we're going to enter the clothes shop. Stairs in a good condition.
No, We're just videoing the show. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's the power.
Oh, okay.
That's the power box.
Okay.
That's the one I thought was in the back of the other room, but it's
Yeah. There's a little bit of a loose skirting,
Mm.
but
That's certainly great.
yes, it is in a very good condition.
Mm.
Nice red door. This is really in a good condition and it's tidy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big shop. That's just the fitting rooms and a big perhaps
maybe
was,
an old fit out. It looks like
yeah, well, it looks like it could be the old fit out because it's in a circle.
yeah.
And he's just busy with one of the other ladies, and this is going to the.
That air conditioning looks almost new to me.
And this is just the back of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of a storeroom, and they do have a toilet inside. And that this is in a much better condition, and it is nice and tidy and clean.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Anything else in there? In here?
What's this up?
This
That is just the back door we saw from the other side. The
Yeah.
entrance from the back.
Look up.
From that box.
Okay.
They do have CCTV in here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong there.
No. It's in
And-
pristine condition.
Mm.
And then we will enter the third one, the tea room and the florist. Beautiful flowers. The stairs is in a good condition.
Yeah.
I won't video the clients. There's just
Let's just look at the roof.
the ceilings. There's just something with it. You must remember it's an old building. But there are no leaks.
No.
And this is also, is it
This is a vinyl.
vinyl?
That's good. Yeah. That looks very nice.
It
Yeah.
is. You want the menu?
I
Oh, it's a
don't want it.
beautiful collection of, like, it's well cared for.
Yeah,
So-
another reasonably new air conditioner.
And look at that.
Oh
An
wow.
old cash station. And also a fan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a crack in that wall, but it's not
Mm.
major.
No.
It's just, I think the fridge is the
Yeah.
tenants.
More than likely.
Can I come in here? Sorry. This is just the engine room.
Yep, looks beautifully set up.
Yes, it is. Nice and clean and beautiful setup, yes. So this is their little storeroom. And the fridge belongs to the tenants.
Mhm. We always assume that.
Yeah.
That's a fixture.
Let's see the roof. Yeah, that's fine.
Eh,
There's a little bit of a,
That needs a bit of a paint, but you know.
yeah, very all the way.
But-
in.
I suppose it is in the back, so it's not
Yes, it
too.
is in the back. This is where they arrange the flowers.
Ah, okay, yeah.
You're basically outdoors there. So
I'm here at the back door, and this is the size of this where they do the flowers.
Yeah.
it's just basically a veranda that someone's covered in.
Yes, and this is the back door for them. And that is the
Whole room.
cold room for the flowers
Wow.
and pebbles. And just to, they use gas.
Yeah.
That is just a awning. And this cold room, is that a fixture? You can see on the roof, you can see the solars.
Yeah, they put
The
solar
solar
panels
panels.
on.
Yeah.
No, this is in a very good condition. This is, and it's in a busy street, and all the shops adjacent and across the street is fully lit. It's a shed.
Another shed.
That is another shed, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
is this
storage.
owner or tenants?
No, that the sheds are the tenants,
Okay.
and the cold room for the flowers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the big shed,
But Linda, have a look at it.
the smaller shed, and the fridge.
No, I
This
think
is just the door where you enter. I think this can be treated sometime, the door frame.
well, it needs a paint, but
Yeah, it is just
so do
like,
I.
this is the kitchen, and then in the beautiful tea room.
Mm.
And they do serve high tea as well. Beautiful setting.
All right.
Okay, this is going up the street.
Now there you go. Just stop for a second, Marilyn, and look up. Right.
Yes, that's not in a good condition, but that is next door.
Compare our property to that.
No,
Right. That's
No.
a shit tip. Our property.
that just shows in what good condition the other property is. Here's an empty shop, but all the others are
Mm.
fully lit.
But that.
It used to be a butcher
Yeah.
from 1966.
Okay.